Good evening, we the people. God bless you all. I am Judge Patricia McCullough, and we have a critical upcoming race for one seat on the PA Supreme Court, the birthplace of the one nation under God. You have that history here. So why am I running? I'll give you 3 reasons. The first one is experience. The Supreme Court is the highest appellate court in Pennsylvania, and I'm the only candidate who has been an appellate court judge. We have a 3-tiered system of courts, 67 trial courts across all of our counties, 2 intermediate statewide appellate courts, of which I'm one. And thank you for the privilege of being able to serve you for over 12 years on that court, upholding the constitutional rights. And then we have the Supreme Court above us. It's a totally different standard of review that's applied when you go to an appellate court. We review the decisions of the trial courts and the state and local agencies. And for 12.5 years, that's what I've been doing, upholding our constitutional rights. And I also serve as a trial judge when I was appointed by the state senate unanimously and the governor in 2005 to Allegheny County, Court of Common Pleas, and I was also a practicing attorney for 25 years in corporate, private, and government sectors. Because of my experience on the appellate court especially, I am ready to hit the ground running on day 1 in the Supreme Court, which is critically important for all of us today. The second reason is that we need someone on the Supreme Court who has the courage and conviction to uphold our constitutional rights. Look at the day we live in. It's not easy to issue opinions overruling or invalidating certain laws and policies that have no constitutional basis. But a justice of the Supreme Court has to be willing to do that, no matter what the political popularity issues are or the personal cost. And that's what I've done. I've been threatened by people around the country for my opinions. I have been attacked by our own party, the elite of our party, with false, malicious, personal, and political attack acts. The cost will be very high to do this job. But the cost of losing our sacred rights and liberties is much higher. So what have I done for the last 12.5 years? I don't have time to tell you that, but I can tell you just last year, I called our Second Amendment 4 times alone, just last year. Election integrity is the most important thing to the people right now. We heard that this morning at a conference that's at a poll, election integrity. I have ruled with a small majority that the mail ballot law is unconstitutional. I also ruled with a small majority to rein in the governor's mandates during the COVID scenario. I also ruled that healthcare workers who were fired because they wanted to wear a mask instead of take a vaccine should not lose their unemployment compensation, because that is not willful misconduct. They have a right to medical care. So you can see I've upheld our constitutional rights. And the third thing is taking a stand for the people. I did not take the 2005 pay raise, even though it was deemed to be lawful. I did not take it and return the $1,000 check when I was finished with my term as a trial court judge. For the first 10 years on this court, I turned that money to the state treasury till it's over around $10,000, and I decided to put the money into the programs to improve the system that I work with veterans, first responders, youth at risk, drug addiction, human trafficking, and many other programs. I don't take a leased car, and I don't even submit reimbursement for my meals because the people don't like it. I work for you people, so I tell you now, vote. You have to vote like your future depends on it, because it does. The lives of our children and our children's children are at stake. They are on the line in this election. So please join me in upholding our Constitution and help me be elected